What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Gamma team in Alliance Wars. We're going to take a look at a few matches I did in Alliance Wars recently, where I was able to beat 3 Darkhold teams, or Dormhold, or Darkhold with Dormammu teams, that I was able to defeat 3 of them in Alliance Wars, and we are going to take a look at the different strategies that I used in order to do that. And I usually don't do this kind of Alliance Wars videos because it's just annoying to do them, because you have to wait for the rooms to open, you have to wait for interesting matches to show up, and it's not always the case, so it's a little bit annoying to do this kind of videos. But there we go, one Alliance Wars video. So we're gonna take a look at these matches. I'm gonna break down everything, and then we're gonna take a look at the 740k punch up that we did with the Gamma team versus a Dormammu Darkhold team. 740k. It's insane how much this team can punch up against literally everyone. So as always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button. And with that said, let's get started. Okay, now we're going to take a look at Eternals versus Hero Asgardians. The way I do this, in my opinion, it's the easiest way ever, which is using Minerva together with Eternals, Star-Lord, T'Challa and Yondu. And our strategy is going to be steal the health of the enemies, so you don't have to do direct damage. And when you steal the health, you also turn off abilities from, for example, from Heimdall, and also from Valkyrie, because if you bypass those different levels of HP, the abilities are not going to activate. Okay, so look at that. We're going to use the ultimate from Minerva. We're going to health steal, and that's guaranteed damage. So it doesn't matter how big the Hero Asgardians are. You can go against like 1.4 Hero Asgardians in Alliance Wars and still be very effective, because you are stealing the health of the enemies. And even with the Stitcher, you can steal 20% of the health of the characters, and like this you just destroy them. And I left Valkyrie at the end on purpose to see how ridiculous this strategy is. If you go for Valkyrie early on, Thor first, then Valkyrie, it's gonna be super easy. I did it the hardest way, just to show you how ridiculous it is to use Minerva together with the Eternals. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at one of our interesting matches of the day. Once again, we are going to defeat 3 Darkhold with Dormammu in Alliance Wars. In the same Alliance Wars, I was able to take out 3 Darkhold. So we are going to take a look. You can see this is the typical position that they use on defense, because if you are using Weapon X against Darkhold, having Dormammu in the middle of the defense is very problematic, because he goes so low below the 50% health, and then he goes on stealth and you are screwed. Okay, so we are going to do our usual thing. We are going to stun that Wong, and even if you start second, it's not a problem. You just have to focus on your priorities. You want to make sure that you stun Wong, you want to make sure that you don't have any crazy taunt in your face. Then with your own Wong, you want to use his ultimate against Dormammu, so you apply the Disrupt to Dormammu. As soon as you apply the Disrupt to Dormammu, it's pretty much instant win. Even if enemy Morgan Le Fay goes first, does the special, does the ultimate, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is to have Striker ISO 8 and making sure that Morgan Le Fay is stealing the health of the enemies. Now, I use this just to make sure that we have speed up on all our characters. You want to make sure that the speed up and slow is balanced on both sides, so you can take advantage of that. If I would not have done that ability, they would take the advantage over, and we don't want that, of course. Okay, so after we have done all of that, we're gonna apply some vulnerabilities on that Morgan Le Fay, and we're gonna get ready to destroy her. we are gonna focus all our abilities on her. Now, I think she already triggered the passive ability from Agatha, so it's not gonna be a big deal. And if the enemy, you should always do with Agatha, stun, ultimate, stun. And the reason why it's because when you taunt with your Wong, Agatha, when she tries to stun, you have immunity, or if it stuns Wong on the second turn, it's irrelevant. So you need to use all of these in your advantage. So you have that stun on Agatha, Wong lost his first life, and we have all the match under control. As soon as Dormammu is gone, it's pretty much over. Their Morgan Le Fay now has Disrupt, so you can go after her and completely destroy her. And that's pretty much it. So this is the typical mirror match. It's just so easy. At this point we are just playing with the food, just trying to get some big numbers, taking a look at some big numbers for the for the video. But you can see that it's pretty much won. There is nothing they can do. We have Dormammu, they don't have. Morgan Le Fay now lost her first life, and because you used stun, ultimate stun with Agatha, now you're gonna have the second stun available. You can see right here, we're gonna stun their Agatha, so she cannot put more characters under stealth. And after that, we are just gonna finish off Morgan Le Fay, and the match is over. So Agatha died as well. You can see this is super easy. You could play this a little bit faster if you wanted. Now you're going to use that ultimate on Morgan Le Fay. I attacked Agatha, so she spreads the negative effects around. Just make sure that you don't kill the target, because if you kill the target with Morgan Le Fay, she's not going to be able to spread the negative effects. That's very important, and I think it's something people forget about it. Forget about Morgan Le Fay's ultimate, is that she spreads all the negative effects to the allies or to the enemies surrounding her. Okay, so there we go. That is our first Darkhold, Dormhold. Dormhold. That was our first Dormhold down in a mirror match. So let's take a look at the next match and see what we are up to. Okay, now we are going to take a look at some young Avengers, and we are going to use the A Force, and this team can punch up very easily 200k, no problem. And you can see that I have two characters with gear tier 12. I told you many times, you don't need high levels of gear on the A-Force for them to be good. The only characters that should be somewhat decent is Spider-Woman, and you want Jessica Jones to be somewhere near gear tier 14, just to make sure that she survives. People that are doing the heavy lifting is Doctor Doom and Spider-Woman, so you don't have to worry about the other characters at all. They are just there to give the bonuses from their passives, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so we got energy on Doctor Doom. Even if you don't get energy on Doctor Doom, the team based on the defense subs, the barrier and the immunities, they are able to keep themselves alive until the second turn. So even if you didn't get the energy on Doctor Doom, that's not a problem. Okay, so there is a small trick here in terms of applying the vulnerabilities. You want to primary target Miss Marvel when you do the ultimate of Nico Minoru to apply the vulnerability, and then with Spider-Woman you want to ability block Squirrel Girl. If you have both of them with Skirmisher ISO 8, that's fine, because Doctor Doom is gonna be a striker, and based on his ultimate time platform, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter because you need all those vulnerabilities on the enemies, so Doctor Doom can use all of them at the same time. This is why having like two early skirmishers is not gonna be a problem. So even that we didn't got the energy from Doctor Doom, my gear tier 12 characters, they are still alive, and the team is already on a situation where it's pretty much guaranteed win. So here we go, we are going to use the special once again to give barrier, to give defense up, and also to give immunity to the A-Force. And Doctor Doom, it doesn't really matter. Now, he didn't got energy on the first turn, but he got tons of energy after. So we're gonna focus on all of those characters that have the evades. We want to remove as many evades as possible, and then you want to focus on Squirrel Girl, so in case you need to do the ISO 8 attack, Doctor Doom is going to do on her. And after that, Spider-Woman is just gonna wreck. And because Spider-Woman heals up on turn, it's not going to be a big problem for you. Even if she gets low, that's fine. She's going to be able to heal up herself by all those additional turns that she's having from the Doctor Doom's ultimate. So as you can see, super easy punch up, 200k even when everything goes wrong, and that's just it, super easy. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the second Darkhold. As you can see, we are going to punch down, and this can be quite problematic when you are punching down. It's one of those situations that sometimes when you are punching up, it's actually easier, because the enemies are so weak that it might cause you problems. And you can see right there that the Dormammu is next to Wong, and this is on purpose, because they want us to push the Dormammu below 50% health, and then he goes on stealth and you are not able to attack him. So we apply the Disrupt with the Sabertooth on Wong, and now we have to be extremely careful to don't push the Dormammu down. You can see Agatha, she's already on stealth, she's already ruining my plans. So this is going terribly. Once again, sometimes it's easier when the enemies are stronger, just because you are not able to use your abilities. So Agatha is on stealth, Morgan Le Fay is on stealth, Wong, he was not able to taunt because of the Disrupt from Sabertooth ultimate. He only applies Disrupt to hero protectors, so keep that in mind. If you try to do that to other characters, it's not gonna work. Now we have the Dormammu doing the stun, which is something that we want to avoid, but we go after Morgan Le Fay, we want to get rid of her, and we are able to apply the Disrupt to Dormammu. So this is a problem, this is a situation that if you can't apply the Disrupt, you are going to lose the match. If you can, if the Dormammu is big enough, and if you can avoid dealing damage to him, then it's going to be a very easy match. As always, the priority targets are going to be Morgan Le Fay and Agatha, and that's pretty much it. So our Wolverine died, that's not a problem, we still have the other characters alive, and we have a Silver Samurai with a taunt. He also gives the barrier, he gives defense up to everyone, so it's very convenient for us in order to survive. And now we're gonna try to slap that Morgan Le Fay with just the basic attacks. Once again, sometimes it's just better to have stronger enemies, because everything falls apart on the enemy side so fast that it becomes problematic for you. Okay, so there we go, we're gonna apply that heal block to Morgan Le Fay, and then we are going to drain her health with the Omega Red basic. Okay, we're actually going to do the special, we ability block her. Sabertooth finishes her off, and we just have to finish off Wong and the Strange Supreme. So let's see which one I went for first. I think maybe here going for Wong first would be better, but Strange Supreme end up dying anyway. But yeah, those retaliations from Wong can be quite annoying, and because they still have the drain, that keeps them alive. So just go for Wong so he stops slapping you, and then you'll be able to finish this a lot faster and a lot easier. Okay, so we have wow, what was that? What was that? How did he die? I was going to use the ultimate and he just died in a very strange way. Okay, so here we go for the killing blow, hopefully. And the second Dormhold team is gone. So let's take a look at our next match. Okay, so here we go for the last match. This is the one. This is the 740k punch up. You can see 800k Gamma team versus 1600 plus Darkhold with Dormammu, and this team is literally insane for how much they can punch up. 740,000. It's just ridiculous. As always, we want to go after Morgan Le Fay. We want to remove her ability to revive, and you can do that with Red Hulk's special, but you can also do it with the Hulk's ultimate, and this is going to be the way that we are going to win this match, is by stealing one of those revives from the enemies. Now you want to make sure that you focus on the right character. I was thinking, because there is the the death proof on Agatha over there, but I decided to go after Dormammu to remove him some positive effects, trying to remove that immunity, because if we can remove that immunity, that's gonna make this fight even easier. So we taunt with the Hulk, and you can see this is my tiny red Hulk when he was still very small, and this is why he was not able to flip the immunity into Disrupt. Right now with my big Hulk, he flips immunities to Disrupt all the time, and that makes everything so much easier. It's just incredible. Okay, so Agatha comes with her ultimate, no problem, we have all immunity, no big deal. And we have the taunt with Wong, that's fine. We're gonna slap all of them, apply that offense down, which is just great to reduce all the damage. And now Red Hulk has the ultimate ready to go. We're gonna flip all those positive effects. We are going to apply the trauma and the heal block, which is super useful against the Darkhold. That completely shuts down all the drain that I have. It's gone, and the Hell Steel from Morgan Le Fay, it doesn't work as well. Morgan Le Fay is not as powerful as Omega Red. Omega Red basic bypasses heal block, but Morgan Le Fay basic does not, and that's a huge deal. So we are going to turn rewind that Dormammu a little bit more, and we are going to try to taunt with She-Hulk, but she had Disrupt, so we're not able to do that. We are gonna slap that Wong, and you can see that I'm using Hulk as a healer, and that's very cool in Alliance Wars, depending on the match, of course. If you are doing mirror match, is not as good, but in a situation where you're facing Darkhold, he heals by so much because they don't have that many heal blocks. It's only the Agatha ultimate, and as you saw, we can get that immunity before she does her ultimate. Okay, so as I mentioned, we are going to use that revive once mechanic from Hulk. He can steal, in Alliance Wars only, he can steal the revive once from the enemies and use it for himself. So we have the double lives there with Hulk. And now we are going to try to finish off that Morgan Le Fay. It's a 7 red stars, 7 yellow stars, gear tier 17 Morgan Le Fay, so very hard to kill. You can see that I'm smacking her with everything, and she's not going down by any means. And the problem is also that Wong is removing all the bleeds from the gamma radiation. Okay, so she's finally gone. We have that 7 red stars, 7 yellow stars Wong, 7 red stars, 7 yellow stars Strange Supreme, and our 3 yellow stars and nothing else. Red Hulk is still going. So this is a good thing about having Hulk as a healer, is that even if your Brawn dies, that's fine, because Hulk, based on how many turns he gets, is able to heal himself and also heal the team. So not selfish at all. It seems like he's a selfish character, but because of the healer Isolate, because he gets so many turns, he's able to keep the whole team alive. And once again, this will allow you to punch up massively. 740k punch up against full Darkhold with gear tier 16 and 7 red stars, 7 yellow stars, and so on. It's just insane. This is probably the biggest punch up I have ever made, and you can see that we were almost timing out, but we were able to do it. It was just insane. This has been probably the best match I have ever had in Alliance Wars. Super crazy. Once again, 740,000k punch up. Literally insane. So that's gonna be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is how you can beat 3 Dormhold, Darkhold with Dormammu in Alliance Wars, Gamma Team, Weapon X, and Mirror Match. And this will allow you and will allow your alliance to have the possibility of using their own Gamma Team in mirror matches to make sure that you are able to full clear the enemy's defense. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and if you found the information helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.